Today I'm digging up 8 of my forgotten albums. They weren't actually buried, I'm not a dog. Welcome to By Candlelight, beaming goth, darkwave and post-punk straight into your brain. Popping up on your phones and TVs like a moody meerkat from hell. So I've previously made an episode about 8 lost or forgotten albums. It's probably up there in its nest of shame. It was so enjoyable just sitting there, going through physical media and just discovering those long lost albums that have not had an airing for a while. This obviously has no reflection on how great these albums are. It's just that sometimes you find other new bands or artists and they just take over your listening habits for a little while. It's like they took the shortcut through the spooky forest and have only recently been found safe and well. Maybe just a little smelly. You may or may not have heard of these bands. Let me know either way down below. So, shall we see what these albums have to say for themselves? So in no particular order, Hannah Fury, Through the Gash. Hannah is an American songwriter who draws on dark imagery, fantasy, and Marie Antoinette for some of her song's themes. Through the Gash was released in 2007 on her Melodramatic label. It's a dreamlike recording, and those dreams are the sort that everything seems to be going okay, but you're not sure whether something's gonna leap out at you at any time. To give you an idea, it's like trapping Kate Bush or Tori Amos in a gentle nightmare that still features flowers. But the flowers are coming at you with tiny little Swiss Army knives hidden in their petals. Okay, that was a bit mad. But when you play it, you'll see what I mean. Not the bit about Swiss Army knives though. Hannah goes from a quiet but still disconcerting singing voice to a rasping whisper in an instant. It's a wonderfully twisted, photo-negative version of Wonderland, complete with playful bells and childlike murmurs. Check out No Man Alive, where the initial funfair carousel-like music takes a delicious and dark turn. An album of rich imagination and dark imagery. It's almost a crime that this isn't on my regular playlist. I have now rectified this moving forward. Next, I've got Emily Autumn's Oiliac. Emily is a songwriter from Los Angeles who has often been described as Victorian industrial. This description is bang on because her music evokes Victorian tea rooms and cabaret, but with drum machines hidden behind the teapots. She is also a super gifted violinist who has played with the likes of Billy Corgan and Courtney Love. Oiliac takes its almost baroque violins and harpsichords and occasionally steeps them in the tea of hell. Adding to this her voice that always sounds like it's just teetering on the fence of wide-eyed mania, with mania waiting for her on both sides of the fence. Particular highlights are the title track, Misery Loves Company and The Haunting Charlotte. And her album artwork is always stunning. We love you, Emily. Next, I have Escaratina Obsessive with Blossomy Parks. This Brazilian band formed in 2006, and it didn't take them long to release their debut album, Chance of Leave, in 2007. Released in 2008, their second album takes the Banshees and sprinkles some death rock onto the whole affair. That is of course a very simplistic reference because Escaratina are very much their own excellent entity. It's Carolina's banshee-like voice that really grabs you, if you excuse the pun. She sounds like she's summoning spirits in a cave at the dead of night, so I'd leave her be if I were you. This is a dark and highly exhilarating album. Listen to the chaos of The Death of a Bishop and Where Sank 1 Million Ships. Also check out their albums Endemic and Pandemic for more festivities. Next, Fleshfield with Strain. This Ohio electro-industrial band with cinematic elements will slowly rip off your face whilst laughing maniacally. Like that. Released in 2004, you get distorted drums, freaking sexy synths, saw-like guitars, and dual male and female vocals. And that's just in opener Uprising. If you were asleep until now, this will just jolt you awake. And if you fall asleep again, I'll come at you and bite your ankles like a terrier. You might have all the obvious industrial bands all lined up in front of you, but lurking in the shadows is this album, and it's excellent. And I think it stands out on its own because of those cinematic elements. Try the track Haven and you'll see what I mean. Highly, highly recommended. My next one is Of Whores and Culture by Gota Damarang. This Berlin band formed in 1991 and combined death rock and goth rock into a gorgeous dark pile of matter. Of Whores and Culture was released in 2007. If you're hit with death rock on opener Warhouse, then the Cynthia First in Man may throw you. But there are no rules here. The changing tempo of The Prow will hold your attention until you reach the absolute majestic beauty of Bleeding Wooer, which is the highlight of the album for me. I first heard it at a club night at Whitby Goth and the floor just filled. Amazing. Next I have Hate Sex with Unwant. Formed by ex-Diva Destruction member Ben Ra in 2003, this Los Angeles band have, or had, 2 albums and 1 EP available. I do love A Savage Garden, She Said, but I've gone for the slightly rawer Unwant. Released in 2005, this is another one shrouded in death rock. If you are in any doubt, check out the excellent title track that will take you into a maze of craziness and won't help you out when you get lost. Equally exciting is the Vapor Chariot and Subculture Queen. Could you let me out of the maze now though, because I need to use the bathroom? Next, Lestat with Vision of Sorrows. Formed in Ohio in 1988, I've gone for Lestat's 3rd album from 1994. With the exception of the more industrial opener Baptism, this is predominantly an atmospheric album. The title track is darkly romantic in feel, with its gentle seesaw guitars and whispered speaking. I think that's just a whisper, isn't it? You can feel yourself succumbing to the spell of Realm as it wraps itself around you. The Morning sounds exactly how you expect it to, and the piano and synth strings of Wind of the Spirit will gently bite you on the neck. Well, the band are called Lestat. Also check out their albums Grave Desires and Arisen. Lastly, I have A World of Broken Images by Malaise. Formed in Sweden in 1989, I've gone for their 3rd album, released in 1999. This is just straightforward goth rock, but with lots of melodic spirit. And it's a collection of anthems that just doesn't disappoint. It starts powerfully with Maybe I'm Dead, delivered with dramatic vocals. It sets the scene for what is to come, and it doesn't stray from that path. Also check out their previous album, 52 Ways. In a way, I think 52 Ways is the slightly better album, but I don't own a physical copy of that one, so I am a victim of my own rules. So, my sumptuous darklings, that's all I have for today. I'll leave links below so that you can check out and possibly support all the bands I've mentioned. If you do own physical copies of albums, have a dig about and let me know your forgotten albums. Honestly, it's great fun and it shakes you out of just playing the same old thing again and again. Until next time, see you later.